Introducing a keynote conversation with Matthew Weisbecker, SVP Sport and Entertainment Partnerships, Conversant Media. Interviewed by Variety's Andrew Wallenstein.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to start off by just taking everyone through a few slides, We're going to go through a few things and take you through a case study, then I'm going to sit down with Andrew and we'll have a quick conversation after this. So thank you all for being here and your time. So real quick, just to kind of give things a start, we're here to kind of talk about this new era of movie marketing. And I heard someone use this phrase at Ad Week a couple months ago, the idea of bringing the math and the magic together. And I think it really applies to the movie space and the entertainment space specifically more than any other vertical, because there really is that magic about creating content and creating this great entertainment content that people engage with. And so when you think about data going into that and people using data, it's always been this sort of rub against the idea of using data to form creative. And so that's starting to blend a little bit, and we're here to talk about how those things are coming together and how data is actually going to be informing some of the media decisions that some of the studios are making. Before we do that, we'll take a dive into sort of really quick what the environment looks like. This is what consumers are faced with today, right? A lot of entertainment consumption options. They have choices across the board. One of the big things that's changed is streaming content, right? So you look at streaming content, and this is a year old already, but over 59% of US households have some sort of a streaming service. And those streaming services are growing. It's not just Netflix and Amazon, it's HBO, it's CBS, it's Showtime, it's AMC. Major brands that are usually distributing content on television are also creating their own subscription and streaming services as well. You've also got more movies coming out, so consumers have even more movies to choose from. So look at the growth in movie releases over the last 10 years as well. Then you've got this trend happening in Hollywood in terms of overall, there's obviously a decline in terms of number of ticket sales going. And you can see that trend here over the last, call it 10 years, a steady decline in the number of ticket sales. So you're seeing that play out again in the data. You're seeing those more entertainment options are creating more distractions, more things for consumers to do, and they're not going to the movies as often as they did in the past. And then you're seeing ticket sales offset that, right? So ticket sales are increasing. You see a little bit of a dip at the very end, and actually Variety reported recently that for the first time in Q3, you actually saw average ticket sales orders go down a little bit. So probably not the sign that ticket sales are decreasing. It was probably more to do with family releases that were coming out. But you're seeing those ticket sales potentially stabilize, and so it's going to be important for the studios to continue to be efficient and find ways to drive more box office and more ticket sales. Now, the good news is not only is that ticket sales going down, but there